So here's a special card trick I think you will really enjoy. So we begin by having the cards dribbled, and the spectator says when to stop. And they say stop, let's say here, and I show it to them. They can memorize it, I love it. Okay, and I also ask them if they happen to shuffle cards. They say they do, so I say give the cards a shuffle, and they are doing that. And normally I'm standing as I'm doing this, so it makes it a lot more fair for the audience members. And their whole focus is on the cards normally, so it makes it a lot easier. Again, this effect comes out a little bit differently doing this as a one-man army, but hopefully you get the idea. And after they're shuffling cards, they then notice there is a card on my forehead. And I go, yeah, it just tends to happen. What was the name of your card? And then they go, yeah, this is it. Which makes for a really, really great dramatic effect. And I go, okay. And it's the signed one. It just happens to be the signed one, which is great. I actually didn't force it. I'm being honest. So we get the 5. We lose inside the pack. And hold on, I think I hear my phone. Here, can you actually shuffle those for real? Okay, I actually need to. Just 1 second. Yeah, keep on shuffling. And all good. And then we can turn around back to spectators. Sorry about that. It just tends to happen. And then they go, wait, what? You got a card on your forehead again. And I go, I know. It just tends to happen. And then I go to another spectator, assuming there's 2 spectators here. Or the one spectator has a really good memory. You would ask, let's say, a second spectator, name any card you like. And let's say they go 2 hearts. And I'm looking through. And then you can look with me. I just don't tend to see it right here. And you go, okay. But what if it was on my forehead? That 2 hearts. Wouldn't that be crazy? And they go, yeah, no way. And you turn over, it's just the 5 of clubs. But you still get their reaction because everyone's reacting to, yay, it really was there. And I go, but what if we can get that 5? You can still see it. Okay. Hasn't changed yet. But if I give it just a good wave, you start to see it change into your lovely 2 hearts. And I thank you. And that is Card on Forehead 2.0. Hope you enjoyed that. So before we get into the explanation of it, if you can give a like, that would be awesome for the channel. That being said, let's jump into the explanation of this particular trick. Again, I know the performance, I'm not releasing as a solo performance clip because of the fact I know the performance isn't really doing it justice because I'm not having actual spectators, so you can actually see the shift and how much byplay and misdirection, natural misdirection there is, so you can I can actually cleanly get away with the card on the forehead. But and I'm trying to create the situation while creating it's very difficult just doing it as a one-person thing, demonstrating it. But that being said, it's a really, really good effect, and all the moves and everything in it, top notch. So going into it, we do a dribble, and we show the card we're going to use for this case. So in this case, it's 6 of hearts. From here, we do the Blair technique, which I cover in another video, but I will briefly explain it, okay? As we've dribbled and showed the card, forefinger behind, other fingers right here just chilling, and we're going to do a Kelly bottom pop-out move. But we're going to alternate it a little bit, okay? So as we do the Kelly bottom pop-out, so we lift up with our fingers, having this card pop out. And normally, if you just put the deck in, it goes to the bottom. We're going to do something more than that. So as we do the Kelly bottom move, so we do this as we've shown the card and we come down. And don't start to do the move until you come down, okay? If you do it like early, then people go, what the hell is he doing? What the heck? They'll go, what the heck is he doing? And that is not good. So again, Kelly bottom pop out, but with cover, okay? Okay. So we've done the Kelly pop out, bar bottom placement, whatever, right here as it goes inside, and we leave it sticking out. So you got the card on the bottom sticking halfway out, and we purposefully, intentionally leave it halfway. Okay, that's what we want. The lower half of the card sticking out, the upper half sticking out over here, and there's this odd card over here. This is exactly what we want, okay? And as we do this move, so we've done the Kelly bottom placement, placed it right here, but from the front it just looks like this. So it's just an actual motion. It just looks like this. Boom. Looks like nothing. Just looks like you put the cards together. Now here's the fun part, because this is all done underneath, okay? We literally put the card, the single card that's hanging on its own, halfway out, into the palm. We put it into the palm, okay? Your thumb and forefinger and the rest fingers just coalesce, or they're just actually hanging out. It's mostly done with just the thumb and the, middle finger. Thumb, middle finger. I am so bad at this. And then four fingers right here. And then we turn the pack. We take this whole thing. We're having a good grip on it, the upper and lower packets. We turn the whole thing so that this card, the bottom card, is now in our palm of our hand. And then we can literally just give it a little squeeze and the card will go into our hand. So it's literally just openly, let me see. So let me actually just do it a couple times in real motion so you can get an idea. I'll flash, don't worry, okay? Boom. Palm, as we turn the deck up here, get a good grip on it, grip it really good, and then give shade as your hand turns, relaxes, and hands come forward. And you've palmed out the card. Sorry, it popped. I've been doing this so many times that it wore on the card. But you get the general idea. So again, dribble, show card, 6 of hearts, okay? Bottom placement goes inside. You got the card sticking out. Shove it into the palm. I have no better way of saying this. Turn the whole rest of the deck. As you square the packets, that's when you can square this card really up into your palm. And then you can even do fine squaring. And it also helps in keeping this card in the palm. So you can do a quick square. Check your angles. Make sure there's no windows. Otherwise you will flash the card. And that's not my fault, because you need to do windows. Prevent windows, okay? We don't want that. We want to keep it closed, okay? And then we don't want to inadvertently flash, because say I saw something. Well, if you ask at what point, it could be this, it could be that, or it could just be the technique you need to practice in the mirror so you can make sure you don't have any angle issues as you're palming it, okay? And there we go. And so we've stolen the card out. And this is the Blair technique, my own created technique, or I independently created in case someone somehow has been able to create that as well. Kudos to them. Anyways, so we've palmed the card, okay? That is all the first part, okay? I've worn out the 6 of hearts, so let's just use a different card for our example. I don't want to leave it wobbly too much, leaving the palm. So let's just say now as the card is the Jack of Hearts, or you could use the same card, doesn't matter. Do the clip, this, and then turn it in the hand, boom. They see a square deck that's now handed out to be shuffled, and you do that gesture. They shuffle it, and you've got the card in your palm of your hand. Okay, face down in actual motion. I do this standing mostly, so I dribble. They see card good. Okay, placed inside, and no one is even looking at this as I'm squaring the pack. It's crazy. I look at people's eyes a lot, and I observe them because I've done this so many times. I don't even need to look at my hands for most of the trick. I'm just looking at the spectators and observing them. Rich Cowley has taught me well. Anyways, so we've got this card in our palm, and then we need to go south, well, relax and go south with it. So they're shuffling the cards. I made the gesture. It's pretty cool that you could get away with this gesture. Do the gesture. And then as they're shuffling, you go, no, really, really shuffle it. And if they did it once, they could do a second shuffle, really shuffling it. And during this time, you openly lick your forefinger. I'm sorry about this. You could wash your hands in advance if you want to. And you do that, or as Kotya does, he just openly gets the card, licks it, and then puts the top of his forehead. Whatever suits your fancy. Maybe you can just, before the trick even begins, if you just want to start with it already set up, you can just relax as they're, you know, an invert moment, whatever, and just relax and then lick and get the forehead wet. That allows you to be able to, as you just place the card on the forehead, sorry, my hand's also sticky, so it's taking away a lot of the residue, because this environment is very hot with a very bright light. So that being said, then we got on the forehead. Yay! And it's staring them straight in the face. So when they look up, it amazes them. I've fooled even magicians with this, and believe it or not. You just need to make sure you can time them and casually use relaxation to be able to misdirect them. And then they actually are shuffling. If they're just not, they're just trying to get it, you can get them with this. It works. And just boom, yay, forehead. And it's so bold. It's just staring at them. It's really funny. It's just laughably funny. It's a great effect. I personally love it. And that's how I used to leave it out originally. This is directly inspired by the Dan and Dave Buck one, where they did the card to forehead. But I wanted to do, I just really wanted to take it into full routine and be able to do it at least twice, which was the goal, and then create a really magical moment, which was what this routine is about. So we revealed their card the first time, okay? And they're reacting to this. They are not looking at their hand or the deck or anything of that nature. And it's during this moment that you can get the top card and turn it over on your hip, knee, elbow, whatever, at an opportune moment. Or in the case that you're sitting, you could be able to turn over the card, just drop it on the table and use the table to reverse it. And you got the reverse card. And you just do it very casually. And again, everyone's looking up at here, no one's looking over here. It's for the reverse card, okay? And you don't want to flash this. You want to keep a secret. So after you've shown their card, you get a break below this card you just turned up. Okay, and then we add the ace of diamonds, turn it over, and then add it to the face-up card. So now you got a free double. As you turn the double down, push inside the deck. This is not my technique. I forget whose technique it was, but Billy Goodwin helped me discover it. So credit to Billy Goodwin for helping me discover this technique. So I palm it. It's a palm push-in thing. So I use my pinky to go on the top card and palm it, thank you Billy, as I push in this card. So in the action pushing this card, I'm able to palm off the top card, which is really, really cool. So again, okay, ace of diamonds right here. Well, I'll actually do it all over. Here we go, double, turn down, take the ace of diamonds to the center. Okay, you show it, great, and I palm the top card as I push that card in, scroll on up, and then I'm doing this as I'm mentioning to them. Hold on, I think my phone's going off. And I act like I don't know what I'm doing, or I'm just having to, inadvertently just change the performance dynamic. Here, take the cards, just shuffle them. Hold on one second. And I just act like it's the performance is kind of stopped, it's offbeat. And as I turn away, and excuse me, my lack of being able to do it really properly before I'm in a tight situation. But normally I turn away. You can lick the card and then place it on your forehead, Coltia style, or sorry, not Coltia style, not Tony Robbins, Apollo Robbins? Apollo Robbins style. You would lick the card's forehead, Apollo Robbins style, the one of the world's best pickpockets, in my opinion. You even appeared on TED Talks. And so as whatever method you choose, lick it, get it, set it there. As you, there we go. And we set it there as we are turning to answer our phone. We check that's not there, and that focuses away. And people tend to, funny thing is that people tend to turn away when people are answering phone calls, just trying to be respectful of privacy, so people turn away just for a brief second. And it allows a casualness. The whole deck is out of your hands. It seems like you gave up all your power. And to have this surprise moment where the card appears on your forehead, it's just direct, I'm going for it again. And people really appreciate that you're going for it twice, which is really cool. It's experimental. You can play with it and change it how you wish, but I just really think this second phase is so nice. So, answer phone call, figure it out. It wasn't that situation. And then I still have the card on my forehead. People know it's a selection. Everyone's aware it's a selection. But you try to guide it on for the finale transposition, which puts everything together, and it just ends everything so nicely. You go to another spectator, assuming there's two spectators, or a really smart spectator, and you ask them to name any card. It could be any card. technically. And it's like the Schrodinger's cat theory all over again, which you could elaborate on if you want. And so I say, name any card you want, and they say Queen of Clubs, let's say. Okay, and you're looking, and as you turn, so you got the card, you clipped it, so you got the cover on it, okay? But you haven't culled it out, because you're turning towards the audience to show them, and as you're showing them, you're culling the card, which is pretty devious, in my opinion. And now you've culled the card to the top, and you set up for this wonderful finale. You say, if that card you just named was on top of my head, would that be an amazing card trick? And they go, yeah, but I know it isn't. Watch this. I give it a flick. And this is my own additions. You can actually do this. I didn't do this performance. I give it a flick, and it turned into your Queen of Clubs, believe it or not. I give another flick, and it changes into the Ace of Diamonds, his card. Whoa! And everyone's just laughing and yet clapping. Because you did get the effect. The effect was, wow, did he really get that card out? And so you delayed it, but there's still an impact, so there'll be, should be an applause cue there. And then people are saying, you still didn't find it yet. Well, just maybe. And you can say it however you want to close out. Just maybe I can do it. And then you can do whatever kind of change you want. I tend to do just a twirl change, which looks really nice. Boom. And then you get that finale of the Ace of Diamonds keep popping up to finally being the Queen of Spades, and you can just do the twirl change. I've covered previous videos. Just real fast. Middle finger and thumb right here on the indexes. Forefinger turns over the card, and you turn over the card. First fake shakes, a couple fake. So one set of fake shakes, another set of fake shakes, one big shake, and as you go out but not out of frame, I try to keep it in frame. So you get an idea. And it's during this moment that I turn the card with the forefinger, turn it on over, and it's on this whoosh, that I change it, okay? I make one big shake, big motion, and I change it, but then I keep it in motion, so I'm shaking it. So it just looks like it just changed out of nowhere. The people are only staring at the finished result, which makes it quite amazing. And again, I'll show it again. Let's say it's Queen of Clubs. I show it, okay? Fake shake set 1, fake shake set 2, by doing the casual X manner. Did it change? No. If I give another shake, no. I need to give it a big shake. And then you can start to see it starting to look like their card, and it's the Ace of Diamonds in this case. Or in the other, what was in the trick, shake, and you get the Queen of Clubs. Okay? And that's really nice. So we've had the card appear on the forehead once. We had it appear twice when everyone's not expecting it. We've created a context for it, and it's hilarious. And then we had a thought of card appear or be changing a selected card into a thought of card. And it ends, and so you get that 1, 2, 3 punch, a lot in a short amount of time. And it's just very powerful because there's this natural misdirection. There's just surprises, laughter, that magical finale, and people will ask you after, how did you do the change? And everything just builds into a wonderful effect. I would not, under any circumstances, repeat this card trick again, or if people drive you on to do a repeat performance who have previously seen it, because of the fact they know what's going to happen, and so they'll be able to see the moments. That being said, for a one-time special thing to feature in your act, or like a really unique feature in your act, or for just a one-off, you really want to mess with a couple of your friends or something really special, I think this is something really special. I've worked on it and thought about it for many years, and these are my current thoughts on it. And you could change it up however you like, but I just put this card on forehead 2.0 idea, or routine. It's actually technically routine. It's not even a trick, it's a routine. I put this routine out there for everyone to enjoy. So I really do hope you enjoy it. That being said, if you give this video a like, that would be awesome. And if you haven't checked out this video yet, or this video yet, definitely check them out. And I will see you in the next video.